Mean Girls is about who's fetch and who's plastic.
Drug pusher!
One could say it's a cautionary tale.
Mean Girls is about getting drunk, but also finding out how to love each other.
Mean Girls is a school bus and a jazzy combined.
It's a different environment being in a musical as opposed to other music work, like being in a group or being in a solo performance. I think it's completely different because I get to work with all these different people who like don't do the same thing as me.
And we're all like doing the choreography, or we're either singing or we're all acting together, and we all signed up to do the musical, so we all are obviously passionate about it.
Everyone wants to put on a good show. We want to make sure that we put on a good production for parents and families and friends, and everyone just puts in a lot of hard work, and you definitely see it because we work in our separate little areas, and then when it all comes together, it forms this big masterpiece that is the musical. Like we have the lights and the sound and the pit choir and the pit orchestra, and of course you see everyone on stage, but then you don't see what happens behind the scenes.
I think the biggest thing is just the time constraints, and things are always changing, and obviously you never really know how the sets are going to work until you start doing them in the show. So as we've gone through Tech Week, we've had to pull things out because they didn't work with lighting. We've had to add things in. Ultimately, you kind of have to like kill your babies a little bit because there's a couple pieces that I like had really good ideas for, but then once you get them into the actual practical side of it, they just don't work.
Mean Girls is such like an iconic brand, right? I didn't want to mess with it too much, but I don't know how far was too far in terms of like straying away from that original vibe and like look. Like Mean Girls, the movie especially, is very like 2000s like coded, right? That's a very big part of its like vibe and look. So I was trying to figure out a way to capture that look but not make it seem too dated.
One of the biggest issues is that since we're double cast, like different makeup looks will look different on the different people, so we've had to alter it. Like I know for Janice they have 2 different hair lengths, so we had to figure out a way to like make the extensions work while also keeping like true to like who the actor is themselves. So.
It's also a different thing trying to have the same mannerisms as someone else to play Regina, and she's also so specific in the way that she does things and the way that she says things that it's like you really have to nail that.
I'm generally a very cheery person, so it was hard for me to find a different side of Janice where she's like not necessarily always upset and she's able to find the fun in situations and still smile and have a good time, but like also be able to have that like iconic role of like still being emo or like whatever you want to define it as.
Sometimes it's hard to get everybody on the same page. There's a lot of different skill levels. Some kids have been singing and dancing for years. Some have never ever tried it before, and that's where building a unit that is very supportive of each other.
I would say we had 2 factions coming together. We had the choir students and the theater students, and obviously the choir students knew each other, the theater students knew each other, and sometimes they intermixed, sometimes they didn't, but now they've gelled, they've all intermixed, they're all hanging out, they're all friends, and I mean that's typical what a musical does. It brings 2 types of people together, the singers, the actors that come together and form this.
So it started off as people barely knowing anyone, and now there have been really close friendships formed. We've all learned to not only work together but also to like uplift each other. And it's really sweet watching the cast not only grow as their own individual selves but like just as a whole group.
I've like gotten to get close with people I never thought I'd get close with. Her, Brianna as an example, I literally never thought I would like be as close as we are now, and because of this musical, she's like one of my favorite people.
The like the bulk of it, especially with getting to know like castmates, whether ensemble or not, was when you switch roles and you're the ensemble piece, because it's really fun having like a silent conversation and doing all these funny moves to like make each other laugh on the side.
One of my favorite parts of participating in big productions like this is that I get to connect with everyone involved. I get to connect with the adults that I work with and the cast members that are in the production and my tech crew, and it's it's so fun because we spend so much time together where we learn so much and we become a big family. I've been really stressed about it, but I think that we're going to put on a really cool show, and I think it's going to have some really cool messages in there. It's a pretty well-known story, so everyone's going to kind of come in with their expectations, and I hope that we go above and beyond.
Obviously, the people involved are always going to have like more insight. They're going to be more aware of the mistakes normally. But yeah, I guess just keep an eye out for the little Easter eggs that I hide in there, because there's a couple of them.
I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. This is nothing like we've done before, but I think when everything comes together, it's going to be pretty good.